movie. Wow, Gary, what a fabulous performance. You really stepped it up in this one. Were you kind of chomping at the bit to get at Lieutenant Gordon in this respect?
Well, Chris was very kind. Chris Nolan. He gave me more to do, and yeah, I mean, it was nice to kind of revisit it and see everyone again and go back to Chicago, and but the part is, you know, it was all there. It was all on the page. So I can't take any credit for it. It's all on the page.
Oh, please. Don't be so, you know, humble. You were so good in it. I mean, you're no stranger to reviving a character. I mean, we've seen you in a couple of those Harry Potter films.
A couple of those, yeah.
A couple of those. Getting back into this guy's skin, but it was a little different. Was that, you know, exciting for you to play him in this way?
How do you mean exactly?
Well, I mean that we got to see a lot more of you, but it was a much meatier part this time around.
It's media. It is more well, I can't say it's a facade because it's not. I don't think there's nothing dark about Gordon. I mean, I think what you get, but I would like to think that it's deeper waters, you know. But you see that professional veneer crack a little with the sort of toward the end of the movie. But it's great coming in and playing this guy who is just this moral. He is just the moral compass. He's just, you know, sworn this oath, incorruptible, straight, true blue, virtuous Jim Gordon. I mean, it's just it's a lot of fun.
A lot of pressure. Gotham City's a mess.
It is a mess, and of course Batman and I, my buddy Batman, we were obviously trying to clean it up until, and doing a pretty good job until Mr. Ledger comes along as the Joker.
Yeah.
And gives one of the screen's creepiest villains.
Yeah, creepiest villains. It was one of the most brilliant performances I think I've seen from him ever. It was unbelievable. And I wanted to ask you about the first time that you had a one-on-one with that guy and seeing him in costume and character and working with him. Do you recall how you felt?
Yeah, you just knew that you were around someone who was yeah, I mean, Heath had charisma coming out of every pore. You know, he was a very charismatic kid, you know, and you were in the company of someone who was focused and committed and had caught something, had tuned into a frequency that was, and it's, I love good acting, you know, and we all do, you know, I love watching it, you know, and one wants to be able to sit there, and I don't mean it in an arrogant way, but, you know, when you sit there and you think, boy, I couldn't do that, that's fabulous, you know, how do you do that? How is she doing that? And that's what you felt when you were around Heath, you know, you thought, boy, oh boy, that's just fabulous work. But you could switch it off. We chatted between takes and had a laugh, and, you know, so I don't buy any of that other rubbish that, you know, that he was so into it that it messed with him.
I agree with you. I had a chance to interview him and talk
you
about this role.
Right.
I did. We talked about the role and how I was so looking forward to talking to him more because, you know, from the trailers you could see how brilliant he was.
Yeah.
And I think it's a wonderful legacy to his memory.
Yeah, I think a flagship of the work, of his work. This is just fabulous. And across the board, you know, Morgan Freeman again, and you got the inimitable Michael Caine doing his thing, and then you've got Aaron Eckhart, who was, you know,
he was wonderful,
and Maggie's taken that. See that again. You know, what do you do with that? You know, you take that DA or that.
Yeah.
You know, you just go, what do you do with that? And she does. just got fire.
She really does.
Yeah.
She played her fantastic.
But the music, the movie's on fire.
No question. How did Christian change since the last time you worked with him? Was there any changes?
Yeah. Well, he's obviously got more, you know, like all good guys, we're concerned with collateral damage, and he's got this. He's conflicted. I know that he didn't. I think what he had learned from the first one is he didn't work out as hard. Yeah. I think he did all that work and then watched it and thought, you know what? I really don't need to. I don't need to look that big.
Yeah.
That it does it, you know, for me. And he's pushed to the very. He's pushed to the very edge of his own morality here, really.
Yeah, it's a tough role to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you, you know, he's got some great toys, but were you a little bit pissed off you didn't get to jump on the Bat Pod?
Well, I drove the Batmobile in the first one. I'd look a bit silly though, wouldn't I, driving the Bat Pod, Gordon?
I don't think so.
I think I would.
You know, he becomes commissioner. He gets he gets promoted.
Yeah.
He should be able to get on the Bat Pod.
I think, you know, when he goes home at night, I think Gordon drives a Beetle.
Is that what you think he drives? Yeah. Well, with the promotion, he doesn't get something a little bit. Maybe one of those Lamborghinis.
Maybe no. Maybe not a Lamborghini. Maybe in the next movie, maybe a Lexus.
Yeah, that'd be okay. That would suit him quite well, I think.
Well, they're doing very good deals on the
HMV
on the Chevrolet. Yeah.
I have to say, on a personal note, it was very sad to see you leave the Harry Potter franchise. That was a very devastating but yet awesome scene. Was it kind of sad to say goodbye to the gang?
It's pretty devastating to my bank account. No, was it sad? You know what? Have we got a minute?
We've
got it. 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
You got a minute. Go.
No, I adore Dan Radcliffe, and it was. I always look forward to kind of doing them and working with Dan. So it was kind of sad to say goodbye to the. You know, you get to know those people. A lot of those people have worked from the very beginning and have worked on all the movies, from costume and makeup, and so it's like a big. It is like a big family. So it's kind of sad, but.
But you got another fantastic family in this,
and
your bank account will be replenished with your third one, right?
I have another family now.
I don't think you have to worry about anything. You're so fantastic. Always great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.